morning, out for a little training run, running the cliffs along the shoreline of Lake Superior, March 3rd. Good practice for the boundary waters. Just beautiful. Woo! Kind of missed the sunrise, but a nice cave right there to sleep in if you ever come up here. It's not too far off the lake walk. Just gorgeous. There's Duluth in the distance. So I'm just out having some fun, getting some miles on. Time on feet. Got about 6 weeks to go before I head up to the boundary water, so I gotta get cranking on the old training. Gotta start doing 50 miles a week. Just wanted you to see how beautiful it was. Nothing fancy today on the trail. We'll film for a short time. We're always keeping our eyes open for the rocks falling off the cliffs, as they come down all the time. Everybody's predicting an early spring this year up here. Which means an early melt-off. Maybe even the Boundary Waters trails will be acceptable early. Last year I went up there on April 12th. It was still very winter-like, lots of ice on the trail. I don't want to face that if I don't have to. So I'm hoping to do about 10 miles on and off the coast. There's some areas where I'll have to hike up to the trail up on top because I don't feel like doing the technical rock climbing right now. It takes up a lot of time to be safe. But like I say, you can't just run around your backyard and train for a wilderness outdoor. You gotta go places that challenge you. This is perfect. It's amazing how one or two spring storms, which we will face soon, can change the whole coastline. Where I'm running right now might not even be here by June. Wow, you can even see some ducks out there. This is one of my favorite places right here. It's only half a mile from the house. Whenever we get a new rescue dog after we adopt one, I always bring them down here just to show them that living at the house is really not that bad. You could be down here. Whew. All right, going to get a little technical coming up, so I'm gonna sign off for a little while. Oh, we got ducks moving. Woohoo! So I spooked them. They're everywhere. Beautiful. Comes another batch. Wow. They're all flying north. So what does that tell you about the early spring and the migration? They're all flying north. All right, I'll talk to you in a few minutes. You're all getting into a pretty tight area right here. I might have to back up a little bit. Look how beautiful it is. Just a few drops coming off the ice now. So it's starting to warm up in that sun. Just incredible. Now let's work our way around this. There's another nice ice pile right up ahead, I think. Whoa. Pretty dangerous. I don't think we should be here right now. Whoa. We'll make it somehow. Well, look at this place. Woo-hoo. Wow. How beautiful. Just incredible. I'm supposed to be getting my miles in, and instead I'm filming ice. Okay, that's enough for now. Getting thirsty. Here we go. Getting a lot closer to Duluth now. A couple miles down the beach. Still working it. A lot of ice still. Gotta be careful. Along this side of the coast, before there was a canal, the tall ships used to have to come in here and tie up, but the storms eventually just ruined them. And that's what this stuff is here, ruins from those days. I think we'll go this way. All these rocks have been put here by the city to protect the whole area from erosion when the storms come in. This stuff would be all gone if the rocks hadn't been added. In 2018, it was a huge storm. It wiped out just about everything along the coast and threatened several of those hotels you see up there along the water. So they came back in here, and it still continues today. They build these huge retaining walls. Much to the dismay of many of the old timers who used to love to walk along the beaches, collect stones and camp and have fires, and now a lot of it's been taken up by these rocks. Down we go. Well, again, it's beautiful. Very slow going though. I don't know if I'm going to get canyon today, even though I don't have any time limit. I just see if I can make it around this way. Looks pretty good. Just gorgeous. And if you're a beachcomber, come up to Duluth and walk the shore. You can find some amazing things. That's where we came from. It was 3 miles that way. Some sort of boat out there now. That's interesting. Still like 3 weeks before the first ships are going to start coming back in, now that the ice is starting to go. Oh. Every corner, beautiful. Here's somebody's ice cairn. Woohoo! Wow, this is a nice little spot here. After I stopped filming, whatever that was, half an hour ago, a young lady was leaving her car, coming down over the rocks, wearing a bathing suit and a sweatshirt. And I thought, well, she must have just finished her run or something. She says, I'm going down for a swim. Only in Duluth. She went down in that same area where I filmed all the icicles. She had somebody with her, another woman who was more trained. A lot closer to Duluth. We're getting there. There's the aerial lift bridge, and right here you can see that big red come-along machine of some type. That is another place where the old ships used to have to dock before there was a canal. That's what they used to pull them in. Used to be a big dock here. And then they built the canal. There used to be no way into the St. Louis River from here. They dug that by hand. Okay, I'm going to head down to the actual lighthouse if the gates are open. At least get to the bridge. I'll check in then. And we're getting closer. Coming up on another remnant of the pre-canal days. It used to be a place for the old ships to get supplies and dock up. Now the only thing it's used for is in the summertime. You'll see it lined with teenagers jumping into the water. Again, another crazy Duluth thing. I'm going to be coming up here to the lighthouse. There's the bridge in the background, which I'm going to run across. Just because, again, it's not just running around the neighborhood. Running the coast is very slow, but it's absolutely rewarding. Beautiful day. I'm going to try and get out there, but they usually close the gates until spring is really here. I'm going to have to make my way up the rocks before it's too late. So I'll check in from up above. Well, we're still making our way forward. Doing a lot of rock climbing now. That's where we just came from. There's the old building that is now underwater. Summer diving spot. Wanted to highlight something about where I'm standing. It makes a lot of people angry because it's all rock now. But the storm in 2018 wiped out everything along here. So this is the city's solution. Protecting the coastline with miles of huge boulders. But what I wanted to highlight was, as you can see, this area now, of course, is known as Canal Park because the canal's there. But there are hotels and restaurants and all kinds of business located down here by the water. Well, up until the early 1960s, this entire waterfront area was the dumping ground for the city of Duluth. Everything you see here was piled with old automobiles, trolley cars, buildings that were torn down, mining waste, old mining machines, stretched the whole distance down here, all the way to the water. I guess maybe back in the day they thought, well, this will keep the waves at bay, all this steel. But then somebody stood on the coast here one day and said, you know, this land would be worth some money if it wasn't a junkyard. And that's when they started to build Canal Park. Okay, I'm going to head for the bridge, and if I get on the lighthouse, I'll film from there. Talk to you soon. Well, here we are on the canal. The gates are closed. You can see the lighthouse in the distance. The story behind the gates is, and if you go online you can see videos of some of the big storms that come off of Lake Superior. They actually crash over these lighthouses. I mean, over the top. And I think it's less than 20 years ago now. 3 of our teenagers here from Duluth decided to brave the waves and went out to the lighthouse. And they never came back. So the solution was to put it up, put gates up. Even today, people climb around them and disobey Mother Nature. So I'm going to head to the bridge, and I'll film going across the bridge. And then after that, I got to turn around and start heading back to the house. See you on the bridge.